Hello friends! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make 3 very different gift tags that you can attach to your presents. So for the first one I'm using a pre-made gift tag. This is quite a large one, so it's more for like a main present or maybe putting around a Christmas stocking or something like that. It'll stand out really nicely, which is kind of what I want it for. So I'm going to start out by outlining the tag with this beautiful gold metallic pen, and that's one of my favorite pens. These are the jewel metallic ones, and I think it just adds a really nice something to the gift tag. And I always write to and from in a different pen than I would write the names, because I think it just looks better, bolder. I have this textured green cardstock and a Christmas tree punch, and I'm just going to be cutting out this cute little tree, and then I will be decorating it. I think making your own little accents for a tag is really simple, and if you wanted to make lots of these, you could totally do that by just cutting all of the trees out, by then cutting all of the stars out, then cutting all of the baubles, and just doing it as like a conveyor belt sort of style. Now I've sped this up because you don't need to see all my faffing about, but that's basically all I did, was just cut out everything once and layer it on. So you could totally do this and create probably 20 or 30 tags in an hour, I would think, because this whole thing took me like 10 minutes. So it's a really simple, easy craft, and I use glitter cardstock so that I didn't have to wait for any glitter to dry. And then I went in with the silver jewel metallic pen and added some little dots for extra baubles and some slightly smaller dots as well. And then I used a bit of foam tape to raise it up, so it gave it a little bit of height, a little bit of texture, which I really like. And that is the bulk of the tag done. It is now time to write a lovely Merry Christmas. I chose yellow to match the star and the gold metallic pen. And then I have these little, they're like rhinestones, like sticky back rhinestones. I just added a couple, again for a bit of texture on the other side to balance it out. I still wasn't 100% satisfied, so I went back in and outlined the title to really make it pop. And then I also added some more of the jewel metallic pen to show reflection from the star, and I think that really just finished it off and made it kind of all one thing instead of the tree looking almost separate. So I think that looks really great. I'm so happy with this little tag, and I can't wait to put it on a present. So for the second tag, I wanted to show you how to make something a little bit different, not square, not pre-made. So I'm drawing around something into a circle and cutting that out, and that's going to be the base of our wreath. So I'm going to cut out some holly leaves from this piece of green card, and I'm using a punch, but you could of course draw them and cut them out. I'm just using this as I have it to save me some time, and I'm going to cut a ton of them out, so I'll be right back. Here we go. Now I'm gluing on the big leaves first, because I think that's probably the ones that will give me the better base, and then I'm adding in the smaller ones between each of the big ones. Now I hadn't cut out quite enough, so I did have to go back and cut some more out with my punch, but that's okay. I just kept going until I had enough. And then what I did was, well, I had a few issues. I didn't quite stick some of them down, but I went in and added my to and from. If I could go back, I think I would use a slightly designed cardstock instead of plain white. I was just thinking about the name showing up really well, but I think I would maybe use a pale green paper instead of white. So I've added a little loop so that you can attach it to a present, and yeah, then I'm adding some glitter glue, which I love glitter glue. This Stickles stuff is so good. I have quite a collection from when I was younger, and it's still really good. Then I added some little veins to some of the holly, and that is the whole thing done. Look how pretty that is. It's a really unusual one. This is more for a special present. I wouldn't recommend making this one in a batch process. This one, however, this third tag, you could totally make so many of these. It's really, really simple. I got this book from a secondhand store, and I loved the pages, so I was like, I want to do something with this. So here I am, I'm sticking it to some card and ripping a tag-ish shape out of it, a rough rectangle. And then I don't have any brushes to use with inks at this time, but I have these face pads that I use my toner with, and I just folded it up and kind of gently rubbed that along the sides. It's not perfect, but it works enough. And then what I did was I got some white paper. This is just paper, not cardstock, and I ripped out a small section that will go on the inside where I'll be able to put my name. Now, I didn't have any tea stain paper, otherwise I again would have used that, but I made my own just by using my inks. It's perfectly fine, it looks really nice, and it matches with the backing. So that's where I will write all the details, so the to, the from, the Merry Christmas. And this is a perfect one to make in bulk. Like, it's so simple, just ripping bits apart. And the hardest part is the ink, and that didn't take me very long at all. So I punched a little hole because I do like to hang tags more than sellotape them and bend them. So I got a little bit of twine here, little red and white colored twine. I love this stuff. I use it on gift wrapping all the time, and it matches and looks perfect. And then I have these cute little stickers. These are so adorable. They are a bit more modern, but I tried to pick out some of the more vintage elements, and I think they look wonderful. I also added a few gems because, again, the texture was very flat, so I really wanted to add something to just kind of give a little bit of pizzazz. And that is the final tag done. They are so simple, and honestly, you could make a lot of these. The middle one is the hardest, definitely. The first one's the easiest, but it's one of those things that you could totally make so many and wrap all of your presents and make them very personal. Oh, there's my close-up view of them. I hope you really enjoy these. I think that these are something that anybody could make. Like I said, the wreath one is a little bit trickier, but only because of the amount of time it takes to cut them out. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye!